This case is in sports to watch again and again. We all love sports, first of all, for the emotions that it gives us. Watching competitions, we are surprised, happy, laughing, and angry. Athletes or their fans sometimes do things that defy common sense and lead us into states of uncontrollable laughter. Today, I will show you the most embarrassing, funny, and unusual cases in sports that I was lucky enough to capture on camera. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. If it seems that this boy came to cheer for another team, otherwise how to explain the fact that he delayed time and did not give the ball away when the goalkeeper insistently demanded that he be returned to the game. The long jump of 11 meters in the fourth round of these competitions ended in a complete fiasco. Instead of stopping on soft sand, the athlete fell onto a regular road. It must have been very painful. It's good at least the doctors were there and were able to provide proper assistance. The girl decided to kiss her boyfriend, who, after a hot round, sat down to rest. Yes, only she apparently forgot that a person tends to sweat. Just look at how she winces at the feeling of someone else's sweat on her lips. This is how women actually resolve conflicts. In general, they say the truth that women's sports are very much worse than men's. This spectacle is not for the faint of heart. I certainly would not be able to sit in the auditorium. This guy very carefully watched the actions of the players of his favorite team, and therefore the long-awaited moment of hitting the ball into the right goal was marked by a special victory dance of this charismatic boy. Who would have taught me to be so happy? This footballer is so determined to score that goal that he won't let anything get in his way. Literally. Just look at what a crazy somersault he did when the goalkeeper blocked the path to the goal. This is the most enchanting goal that I have ever seen in my life. This Russian tennis player, after the victory, went to the camera through which the online broadcast was conducted and wrote with a marker, "No war please," which means, "No war please." This league chairman fell off the stage at the awards show. Despite his advanced age, he stood up lively under the thunderous applause of the witnesses and continued congratulating and presenting awards with a smile. The profession of a referee is very dangerous because, like this judge, you can get a blow from a professional wrestler with full strength in the stomach. The roundhouse kick hit the poor referee right in the ribs, although it should have gone to the opponent. The Taekwondo champion managed to break this wood pallet even when it was placed so high that it seemed unrealistic. Winners allow themselves a lot and sometimes act condescendingly and make people do humiliating things. But if you are a winning girl, then apparently a man will be happy to take off your shoes. How interesting. Something humiliating becomes pleasant under certain circumstances and people. Until today, some people have reserved such concepts as the honor of a girl or an act of a man. Just look how categorically and decisively the athlete reacted when another hit a woman standing next to him on the pope. Because of the seemingly harmless flirting, a whole fight ensued under the sights of the camera. Here it is, the very one. Real luck or a very professional coach. He caught his gymnast a split second before she hit her head and possibly hurt herself. When this journalist was doing a report about Juventus before an important match, Cristiano Ronaldo came up from behind and began to make faces at the man. Such pranks are allowed and are forgiven, apparently, the stars of the first magnitude. Perhaps this guy is being pursued by a sliding rock. Otherwise, how can one explain the fact that for a second year in a row, he does not run, but flies along the ground under the finish line? In competitions, as in life, no one turns back. Everyone is busy in their own way, and only after the finals are people ready to turn around and see what they have done themselves and what happened to other people. Do you see it too? The diver put on a whole show on the platform for the audience. The world champion did not lose her spontaneity and delighted her fans with a fascinating spectacle. Perhaps people liked it more than the jump itself. This journalist is clearly breathing unevenly towards the biker. Just look at how she smiles and flirts with the athlete. She dreamed so much that she forgot to move away, and naturally, from an attractive redheaded girl, she was transformed into something dirty and illegible. Football fans are so tired of waiting for a goal from their favorite team that they brought giant arrows to the 6th match of the season and sent them to the goal so that the attackers finally figured out where to hit the ball. And just look, it worked. After 5 unsuccessful played matches, the first goal of the season is finally scored. This popular host thinks he could be the next American football star, but when the ball was thrown to him, he looked more like an elephant in a china shop than an outstanding football player. The volunteers at the finish line were apparently not happy with the victory of this participant. Otherwise, why did they so carelessly let go of the ribbon that the poor winner got entangled in and almost broke his legs? We all know that when the ball or anything related to the game hits the stands, the fans go crazy in the truest sense of the word. They are ready to choke the other in order to get what they want. But these two turned out to be quite educated and settled the dispute with the usual game of stone, paper, scissors. Quite an unusual moment that put everyone in bewilderment. Even before the announcement of the start, one impudent one gave gas and began to accelerate, scoring on other participants. Do you think he was disqualified for such a gross violation? Such professionalism, like this boy, is lacking today for many adults. When the guy crashed into the wall of the court, he immediately got up and, as if nothing had happened, continued his work despite everyone's surprise and fear. This is what girls mean. When everyone is focused on the game, they take a selfie with a hot dog, which is their Instagram page. Apparently, they also came for the match for the story on the social network. That's why relationships at work are a dead end. This couple has not seen each other for just one match, and he is already climbing to kiss instead of giving her an interview. The journalist is not at all against this and asks to continue a little later, because she now has urgent business. Sometimes all you need to win on the tennis court is luck. Just look at this random goal and the happiness it brought the lucky one. The biker, after an enchanting jump, fell and almost lost his victory. However, having cut off the path, he still crossed the finish line first. Interestingly, he will be credited with such a tricky end of the race as a victory. From the first hit, and even so elegantly, the ball rolled into the hole. The victorious dance of this athlete suggests that this is more of an accident than professionalism. Racing on bikes is a very dangerous sport and competition. This fall looks very painful. It's amazing how she even managed to get up. Fans and just viewers are preparing in advance for the moment when the cameras start filming and broadcasting exactly them. Someone taking the opportunity drinks someone else's drink, and someone shows a sign, "This is my sister," so as not to get into an awkward situation with a kiss.